So hello guys, welcome back, and we are gonna be getting now into game number 5 into this set. Singapore versus Vietnam has been a pretty interesting time, and that last TVP could have been a little better there, gotta say, for the side of Crested. Just not really upgrading from what he had. Sometimes when you love the toys that you've been playing with, you're just not able to really move on from them. And Solomon, in the meantime, keeping an eye out, getting those upgrades, getting all that he can and more from the bio composition, and it really just goes to show why bio is back into the meta. But we are now gonna be getting into game number 5, and this is gonna be an interesting one because we are gonna see Yakuzaku versus Ocschos. Ocschos. Okay, let's call it Ocschos. These guys were making fun of that name. We're saying that it's one of the greatest names that they have seen, and I gotta say, Ocschos, he has won my heart already with his naming convention and with the dance he got from last week. But so far, this is still Vietnam in the lead, and they are on match points. Only one victory, and can Ocschos be the one to do it against Yakuzaku? We'll find out as we get into another game. It's time for Everdream LE. So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and here we go again. It's now time to see if Vietnam can finish things up and gets a victory to move on to the grand finals, or will Singapore still stay on course and survive? Introducing first, here on the bottom left of Everdream LE, you might know this man and his voice. He has been one of the Crankly Ducklings for quite a while already. It is Singapore's own Yakuzaku. Yakuzaku, pretty good history and casting for the Cranky Duckling guys, and those guys were absolutely amazing, really being the champions of the SEA scene in terms of broadcasting. They do so much for so little, and I gotta commend everything they have done so far for the community. But right now, it's all up to him and his Terran play versus his opponents. It is gonna be our purple Zerg, Tayo Mag-Occho. It's Ocschos! So let's go for that 8 jiggle dance yet again. And here we go. We are on the way for another good bout. You know what I'm craving for, guys? How about you? Any cravings you might have for today? I'd love some milkshakes or something like that. Something sweet to really round things up. But here we get into the game. PVZ matchup. Hatchery first already here from Ocschos. And he actually goes for pull first. My mistake there. Very quick hatchery though coming online. Very into the same vein. And because it's floating minerals right now, so it seems like Ocschos is having a few, what do you say? He's having a few latency issues probably. Well, Yakuzaku is asking him what's going on. And with the pool ready to go, as well as the hatchery, at least this is going to be the economy of our Zerg getting ready to go. He was blowing a lot of minerals, so I was like, where are the queens? What's going on here, Ocschos? But it feels like everything should be good to go by this point in time. Yakuzaku, though, in the meantime, looking for the 1-1 expand, and he is going at it very, very quickly against the Zerg. He's feeling confident that since he got the scouting information that he needs already, he can safely get into a second base. It's gonna be the racks into the CC, into the factory. And with a reactor going online as well, Yakuzaku might be looking to play a little defensively here if he goes for the bunker next on the list. Well, on the other side, what's the plan here for Ocschos so far? Even though he's been such a great player here in the Southeast Asia League, we're going to be finding out what is the plan for our Zerg. 3 bases though, macro focus from Mr. Ocschos, while Yakuzaku on the other side wants to start things off with the supply depot wall yet again. With Hellions though, gonna be into play, and that sounds like a good plan there, the young music. All about getting that speed up and running, looking to move on over to the other side. And maybe, just maybe, bring in the Hertz yet again. Metabolic boost though, gonna be ready to go as well. There we go with the Tech Lab onto the rack so far. And in essence, Yakuzaku gonna be onto the high ground there. Ocschos in the meantime, looking at this third hatch up and running. And it really feels like here for our Zerg, he just wants to go for all the tech in the world and more. Lair gonna be next on the list, and Ocschos has to do a really good job at defending here if Yakuzaku decides to go on the offensive. 10 worker lead though for Ocschos so far. Interesting enough, we're not getting the creep spread as of yet from our Zerg. And it seems like Baneling's gonna be into the mix here for Ocschos. I'm really surprised he goes for Banes right now. It seems like he just wants to deal with potentially any Marines there. But the Yakuzaku is getting a big number of Hellions right now, and it really feels like it's gonna be a good strike force if he decides to go at it instead. There we go with the Liberator, add things to the collection as well. Overlord gonna be backing on away because these Marines are shooting up against this balloon already. And here comes the Hot Wheels looking to beat on down yet again. There we go. Seems like that is why they are having those ping issues here and there. Hopefully everything is a-okay for Ocschos, because you can see the issue there. He's floating on so much minerals right now. He's finally gonna go for the Zergling cycle, and while Yakuzaku is understanding the situation, he has to go on the attack. He has to go on the offensive, because this is best chance to go at it. The Hellions already getting rid of 5 drones. Perfect positioning there to get into the mineral line. And while Ocschos is finally getting the creep spread that he needs, these queens are just gonna get circumnavigated so far. Movement speed, absolutely key for Yakuzaku. And against Zerglings, this is going to be even better. Now, can Yaku keep up with the pressure? That's going to be the question there. A flambe of Zerglings perhaps going to be on the menu, because these are the Hellions already in position. 13 drones have gone down. These Hellions are not only paying for themselves, they are getting absolute value. It's like you go for a car dealer, and when you leave secondhand, you get even more than what you initially paid for. Apparently, this car has a cooler, has everything and more. Pimp my ride. 23 drones have gone down, and Ocschos just really feeling the pain there. Yakuzaku with a beautiful offensive with those Hellions, knowing exactly what to do at the right time. And it really felt like my concern just compounding there, just because of those latency issues. I gotta say, for Ocschos, it was just a little more on his game without these latency issues. He could have gotten the proper crease spread, could have gotten in position a little better. And sure, he would have lost a good amount because of the matchup, but still, it wouldn't be that much. And now, even though he's on 3 base, he is down by 8 workers. And he is forced to use these egg cycles to make drones right now. So it really feels like for Yakuzaku, he can take the lead with the Sim City setup already ready to go onto the main base. Yakuzaku representing the Cranky Ducklings. And these guys have been really inspired in so many ways from Mr. Crank himself, all the way from Korea, to do all they can and more for so many regions so far. But Yakuzaku forcing Ocschos to back on out with the scout again. And that's one thing I like what Yaku's doing. He's just making sure that these overlords cannot get all the information and more. Coupled with the fact that Ocschos is really struggling with latency right now, he doesn't even know how many racks are going to be into play. Let me count them for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. As Mules right now going to be dropped on down again. There we go with the Refinery looking for the setup. And Ocschos going to be trying to get more expansions here and there. Very economical focus here from Ocschos so far. Yakuzaku not pushing it as of yet. And he is just keeping at it with the lead instead. I like this better from Yaku, because he feels like that was just a matchup that he won because of the tech choices. And speaking of tech, now since he's on a heavy Marine composition, he doesn't really have much to tank things out against the Baneling. So he is going to be going for the +1s instead, making sure he's ready to go for a big brawl. A lot of smart plays here from Yaku so far. And Ocschos in the meantime, oh no, yeah, he really just is lagging there. But yeah, as he's really trying to reinforce these lines, he's just down by 25 army right now. And here we go with the push. Stimpak gonna be into play. Perfect time from Yakuzaku yet again. And you can really see the folly so far for Ocschos. It's not really all about his skill right now. It is just all about cooperation from the network. And it seems like we are gonna see that Red Star still gonna be falling on down here. Yakuzaku trying to keep Singapore alive. And that is going to be a good push onto this 3rd and 4th base. 2 bases for the price of 1. That's a bargain that you will take every single time. But here we go with a big flood of links. Bailey's starting to get in position as well. Good slam on down to the initial Marines, but still not enough. The C-Stack getting DPS on. There we go with the Zerglings still getting the surround. And Yakuzaku losing a lot there in the end. But it's still not as substantial as you would think. First wave done and dusted. Yaku says, never mind, I got one more. Looking for the push, looking to do a little bit more here. Lertic gonna be turning into a hive very soon, and we do have a macro hatch right beside it. But for Ocschos, why is he going straight into hive? That's the real question here. What is the plan? He goes for the infestation pits. And is this gonna be straight ultras? Is this gonna be a madman play where we see elephants on the room running all around with some Kaiser blades ready to go. But Yakuzaku bringing in the pain yet again, trying to just at least get in the way of this upcoming base. Queen still gonna be in position. Siege Tanks getting the slam on there yet again. And my oh my, Ocschos might be losing out onto this initial base. One more go. The Lings though, as well as the base already going on the forward. Interesting enough, the Banelings go for the Siege Tanks rather than Marines, but it really just was all about what was closer there. And now Ocschos has run out of an army. GG, man, has been called. And Yakuzaku pushing it to the limit, getting the victory there, and keeping Singapore alive in this best of 7. So well played there to Yakuzaku. Exactly what Singapore needed to stay on to the course. Highly unfortunate for Ocschos that he had those latency issues, but it is what it is, and that is gonna be how the cookie crumbles so far. So at least Singapore survives, have done their job, and we see some really standard but good refined fire play from Mr. Yakuzaku. All that casting leading to something, and it really goes to show the SG scene being represented in so many ways, helping them out every single time. Yakuzaku keeping the game alive, keeping the match alive, keeping their hopes and dreams into the grand finals alive. And Ocschos gonna be calling it there, but still Vietnam feeling pretty confident after everything. They are still up by 1. 3-2 scoreline right now as we look into the player base again. And it seems like we still have 1 Master game and 1 Diamond game left on the list. This has been a pretty good session so far of the Southeast Asian League. Singapore and Vietnam really bring it at each other. And it has been an absolutely fun time. But Ashton 1 and Ocschos falling on down there for Vietnam. But CXO, Crested, and Kingstar gonna be the ones dropping off for Singapore. Can Dark Imperial Kaiser Stones get that reverse sweep up and running? Or will Lam Doi or 2-String be able to seal the deal for Vietnam? We'll find out soon, and we will be right back for our next map.